Okay, let's quickly talk about some of the performance features that Netezza has. Netezza employs a patentable compression algorithm called Compression Engine 2. So it basically acts on columnar. It is basically columnar compression, and on an average, in typical customer shops, you've seen at least 4 times compression. There have been times when we've actually seen 32 times compression, which is phenomenal, but it really depends on the kind of data that customers have in their schemas. So when a data load happens, this is basically how the compression engine functions. So rows are separated into columnar streams, and each stream is independently compiled. And then you apply field instructions and other kind of housekeeping tags to whatever is compiled, and the compressed data is maintained as a row-based structure. Right? On data scan or query, the FPGA executes field instructions to decompile at wire speed. The FPGA basically performs the I/O, gets compressed data into its CPU, into its FPGA cores, and does a decompression literally at wire speed. So there is little or no overhead because the data in the system is compressed. So this is one of the a telecom customer for whom we did a pilot recently, and these are the kind of compression results we got. Like you can see, this is much more than 4 times compression. So next we'll talk about distribution. Distribution is probably the most important aspect or most important user activity that has to be performed on Netezza. Distribution will determine how fast your queries run. Distribution will also will determine if your Netezza appliance is underused or overused, right? So we have a simple Java client called the Netezza admin that runs on a Windows machine. So this is a snapshot taken from there, and it shows you the distribution of a certain table called MTA3_lookup, right? The graph that you see there basically represents the number of rows in each disk in your Netezza appliance. Like you can see, there are certain disks with a large number of rows, right? The maximum it says there is 7,316. There are certain disks with a very small number of rows, like 17, right? That's the minimum that you see there. So you can see that the data distribution is really skewed. The reason for this is that the user who was creating this table probably chose the wrong distribution key. In this case, he has chosen a key called NPA_num, which is a character of 3. So you can't have too many variations of a 3-character string, right? So when the key for most important thing when you're choosing a distribution key is it should be it should have the maximum cardinality in your table, maximum possible cardinality. So with a character of 3, there's not too much you can choose from. So that probably explains why the distribution is so bad. Slide 33 shows an example of a great distribution. So this is a table that has 2.2 trillion records, and the user very smartly has chosen a certain column I1, which is an integer, as his distribution key, and the results are evident in front of your eyes. You can see how the records have been evenly distributed. So what then happens is the 24 blades that you have that are acting or that have to retrieve data from these many disks are all doing the same amount of work. So all these blades have, would probably take approximately the same amount of time to retrieve data from a complex query. So that's the whole point of having distribution. So distribution results in a good distribution results in balance of the appliance. Otherwise, there'll be a huge skew, and you'll see that there are certain blades, working overtime, but certain blades are while certain other blades are sleeping. You'll see that in the next slide. So this is how distribution affects performance, right? The example taken here has only 7 data slices, but typically in Netezza you'll have at least 92 data slices. And let's say you execute a query, right? And data has to be fetched from all these 7 data slices. Your response time is determined by the time taken by the slowest blade to extract data from its disk. So if other blades, let's say the other 6 blades finish in 10 minutes, the 7th blade takes 15 minutes. Your response time therefore becomes 15 minutes because partial data cannot be sent back to the user. So that is the reason why a good distribution is key to Netezza performance. Now, this is an example of a ridiculously chosen distribution key. So somebody decided they'll choose gender as their distribution key. So there can be only 2 possible values for gender, male or female. So thereby, all your data resides on just 2 disks, right? And what happens is the blades that are servicing these 2 disks will be working overtime, while blades that are servicing disks 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7 in this example, right, will literally be sleeping when queries are run. So the key is to select a distribution key with unique values and high cardinality. The other important thing to remember when you're choosing a distribution key is to not base it on a date column. The example taken here is, let's say there are 7 data slices as usual, and you've distributed based on month, which means that all the data that was ingested during January goes to data slice 1, and all the data that was ingested during July goes to data slice 7. The problem with this kind of a distribution is it might work, it might have data distributed evenly, but the problem is all or most analytics are temporal, right? So a typical analytics question or query would be, how much did I sell in January, right? So what happens is only the data that's been stored in the disk that has January in it, right, will be processed. Thereby only 1 blade out of your possible 7 blades will be working, your other 6 blades will be asleep. So suppose I say, how much butter and milk did I sell in the first quarter of 2012? So only the 3 blades that are servicing data slice 1, 2, and 3 will be active, right? The blades that are supposed to service 4, 5, 6, and 7 have no job servicing that query. So it is not a great idea to distribute based on a date column for the reasons that I just mentioned. One of the other features of Netezza are zone maps. Now, a lot of you will have questions like, Oracle has so many indexes and all that. So how do you say Netezza works faster without an index? One of the reasons for that is zone maps. Obviously, our disks, the rate at which we can scan disks is unparalleled in the market. We are the fastest when it comes to disk scans, and I have a lot of numbers to prove that. The other reason is zone maps, right? So now, what are zone maps? So when Netezza allocates space, let's say I create a table and I insert just 1 row into that table, which is assume 50 kilobytes of data, right? So even if I'm inserting only 50 kilobytes of data, Netezza will allocate an extent to me, right? An extent basically is 3 megabytes of disk. So each extent is a 3 megabyte chunk of data, right? Zone maps are specific to extents. So we need to understand extents well before we understand zone maps. So what do zone maps do? Zone maps keep track of minimum and maximum values on each extent. And minimum and maximum values are kept track of only for zone mappable fields, right? So in a table, if you have date, timestamp, small int, integer, big int data types, and you've loaded data, so for each extent, Netezza will keep track of which is my smallest minimum date here and which my maximum date for that particular extent is. If you note, we don't, the non-zone mappable fields, as in fields that cannot have zone maps on them, include characters, varchars, and even floats and real numbers. Zone maps are updated automatically when data is loaded, updated, deleted. So basically, whenever there is a change to data, the zone maps get updated. Zone maps do not affect the rate at which data is ingested into the Netezza appliance. So from here, you'll notice that zone maps basically tell you where data is not present. Right? Suppose I issue a query which says that how many CDs did I sell on 17th March 2012, right? Now I go and search a certain extent. It says that my minimum date value is 1st January and my maximum date value is 17th January, right? So I know 17th March cannot be there in this extent. So I eliminate that extent. So a lot of these extents get eliminated. So zone maps basically tell you where data does not reside rather than where it resides, unlike an index, right? That's the primary difference. So this slide basically talks about what I just said. The system knows where data is not and only scans the relevant table extents where there is a possibility that data can be found. So zone maps take advantage of inherent ordering of data. So the more ordered your data is, the more effective your zone maps are. Thereby, the faster your queries return. Right? So it makes sense if you know that there is going to be a certain column in my table that's going to feature very often in my queries. It makes sense to order that table by that column so that your zone maps work faster. So these are just some of the things that people generally keep in mind while they're programming with Netezza. Okay, we are on to our last performance feature, clustered base tables. So this might not be very new to a lot of people in the audience. There are clustered base tables in Oracle, DB2, and most other popular databases. So the Netezza clustered base table can have up to 4 dimensions. I'm presuming most of you know what clustered base tables are, so I'm not going to explain that. Let's talk about this with an example. This is a good example to talk about it. I'm on slide 43. On your left-hand side, you will see some queries that have come into the Netezza box, Netezza system. So for the first query, if symbol is equal to NZ, then you need to scan only 8 out of the 100 extents you see on your right. So these are your extents. And this is the column you're selecting from, right? So if my symbol is NZ, the data where my symbol is equal to NZ can reside only in 8 out of these 100 extents. So I need to search only 8 of these 100 extents, right? Similarly, if the firm I'm looking for is Credit Suisse, I need to search for only 12 out of these 100 extents. Now let's assume I have a query that basically tries to fish out both these dimensions, symbol and firm. If I want symbol is equal to NZ and firm is equal to Credit Suisse, then I need to scan only 2 out of the possible 100 extents that I have on my right. So this gives us a huge performance advantage. So if you notice here, we are using both clustered base tables plus the fact that we are plus zone maps. So a combination of these two really accelerates some of your analytics. So table grooming is another feature in Netezza. I mean, it's there in most databases. It's just there in the slide for as a placeholder. So it's just a one-step command that will basically tighten your storage. It will groom your table. It will delete holes in your data pages and kind of bunch up all the data together, so you get better storage results. And the table groom runs as a background process, which means that if I'm grooming a certain table, I can have any number of queries running on that table, and there is absolutely no impact on performance. So slide 45 is a very important slide. It basically talks about the three big things that you need to look out for when you're a Netezza user. This is the trinity. Bullet number 1 talks about distribute for collocation, which means that if you have collocated, if you have collocated data when you're joining tables, then obviously your queries return much faster. So you'll have to analyze your joins before you determine how you're going to distribute the data. Bullet number 2 talks about ordering data. You need to look at where clause for your most popular queries. If your most popular queries, let's say your most popular where clauses all are in 1 or 2 columns, then it makes sense to order your table by those columns, because that will make your zone maps more efficient, and thereby your query results will come back to you much faster. Bullet number 3 talks about optimizing table structure, where you optimize, you keep your table groomed, update your statistics, and make sure that you're doing the basic maintenance on your schema and data. So these are the 3 main things that you need to kind of watch out for when you're a Netezza user. Unlike the 10,000 other